So a question I get a lot goes something along the lines of, Stephan, I've been training jiu-jitsu for a year, a couple of years, 5 years, and I'm stuck. I'm just not making any progress, haven't made any progress, 4 months. I'm at a plateau. Sometimes they don't use that word plateau, but the fact is they're at a plateau. A plateau is when you've been going along, getting better, and then it levels out, and no matter what you do, you don't get any better. Whereas a slump is when you've been getting better, you've been going along, and then you crash, right? Like you get sick, you get overtrained, something comes up in your life, and all of a sudden your jiu-jitsu sucks for a while. It's way worse than it was before. And ironically, it's actually easier to deal with a slump because they're usually shorter term, and there's usually a more concrete reason. Whereas a plateau can go on and on and on, and it seems like it's never going to end. Instead of just one episode of torture, it's an ongoing long period of torture. And I've dealt with this. I've dealt with this in my own jiu-jitsu. I'm not dealing with it right now in my own jiu-jitsu, but I've gone through many periods of slumps before. What I am dealing with it right now, for example, is my fitness. I'm just finishing up my standard cardio. My standard cardio unit. I've done this a ton. It's the grouse grind. It's about an 800-meter climb. And normally, if I do it regularly, I can watch my times get better and better and better, by which I mean shorter and shorter and shorter. But for the last 4 or 5 months, they've been rock steady, and they haven't been getting better, and they're not at a very good time. So this is super frustrating for me. So whether your slump is for jiu-jitsu, whether your slump is for business, whether your slump is for cardio, whether it's for your bench press, doesn't matter. A slump is really, really frustrating. So what do you do? Did I say slump? I meant plateau. Plateaus are super frustrating. So what do? Well, you don't want to freak out. Slumps are a normal part of any progression. If you do something for long enough, whether it's your academic research, whether it's business, whether it's your running times, whether it's your jiu-jitsu, your ability to pull off an armbar, doesn't matter. You are going to experience plateaus for sure. So how do you get past them? I kind of think there are 3 big things that you can do. This is what I typically advise people to do. Number 1, if you can, try to identify the cause of the plateau. It's not always possible, but you can often figure out why it's happening. Maybe you're just not training often enough. Maybe you've gotten as good as you can get training twice a week. Maybe you're running twice a week. Maybe you're doing jiu-jitsu twice a week, and you've gotten to the level where the amount that you're learning every week is equal to the amount that you're detraining, that you're forgetting every week. Maybe you've reached the level where you're getting a little bit better, you get a little bit more fit after your run, but then in between your runs, you're going down again. So over time, it kind of equals out, and guess what? You're in a plateau. So that would be one cause of a plateau. Another cause of your plateau might be, something physiological. Personally, I think that's what's going on with me. I'm in a position where I get to have blood work done fairly often, and I've noticed that my hemoglobin has been going down a little bit recently. Don't know why that is. I'm working on trying to figure out why that is with my doctor. I'm eating a fair amount of red meat, doing lots of cardio, doing all the right things there. So, maybe there's an underlying physiological reason. Maybe I've been fighting off some mono-like virus for a while. I just don't know yet. I'm going to figure it out. Maybe with your running, maybe your technique's off, right? Maybe you're not getting good enough training. Maybe your coach is off. Maybe there's an underlying reason why you're plateaued. Obviously, if there's an underlying reason and you can address it, great. You've moved past your plateau. But maybe you can't figure out what that underlying reason is, or maybe there is no underlying reason. This is just a natural part of training, of trying to get better at something. So the second thing to do is to try mixing something up. In a jiu-jitsu context, if your main guard is closed guard, your main guard is de la Riva guard, try something else. Try spider guard. Try half guard. Try developing your top game. Try developing your positional escapes. Just clear the deck. Go away from what you're comfortable with. If you're a runner and you're always doing distance training, maybe for the next 2 months, just do interval training, or maybe focus on interval training, or just do hill climbs, or switch to cycling. Do something that's similar, do something that's related, but you got to forgive me here, I'm wiping sweat off the face. Do something that's similar, but different. Maybe that'll shake stuff up. Maybe that'll shake something loose, and maybe that will be the thing that will allow you to break out of your plateau and start climbing again. And the third thing is just to keep on grinding. Yeah, there's a certain strength of character that gets developed from just keeping on doing something. It's the Japanese thing: fall down 7, get up 8. You know, everybody goes through this. Everybody goes through a period of time when they're just so frustrated with what they're doing. If you haven't reached that point yet, they just haven't been doing it long enough. Just keep on going. Keep on thinking about what's causing it. Keep on trying to mix things up. Keep on going, and eventually you will break on through to the other side. This is normal. This is normal. Don't freak out. The fact that you've reached this plateau means that you've been training hard enough and long enough to actually get there. So even be proud of it. You know, I'm embracing this stupid cardio thing. You know, that's why I'm out here today on the first snow of the year, as far as I can tell, at this elevation. And even though I didn't set a world record today, I didn't set a personal record, didn't come close to my personal record. I'm about 15 minutes off of my personal record. Doesn't matter. I'm a better person for it. You know what? I got out into the green. It's bloody gorgeous here. Way better than a treadmill. And, you know, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to be setting records on this, my benchmark for cardio fitness in the future. Anyway, just a few words of advice. This is the advice that I give to people all the time. And for once, I am using my own advice. So everyone say, congratulations, Stephan, as opposed to the usual, take my advice. I'm not using it. Take care. See you the next time.